Right, so now we are at the point where we can actually list the errors to the user. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Let's jump back to our code. We've created all of our if statements here to check certain things. We've appended all the errors to this errors array. Now we don't want to output the errors like we're doing here. We're printing our the array just to get that visual representation of it up here. I'm going to go ahead and just refresh this page, get rid of everything, click register. Obviously nothing happens, but we should be showing some errors. So how do we do this? Well, I'm going to come down here and actually output stuff down here rather than output stuff in the header. So remember, all my logic's up here, and then just under the header, but before the form, I want to go ahead and open up some PHP tags, and I want to check whether this errors array is empty or not. Now, if the errors array is empty and the user has submitted the form, that's important as well, because obviously the errors array by default is going to be empty. Then we want to, if it's empty and everything's fine, we're going to create the user, redirect the user, and that's it. Otherwise we want to output the errors. So we need an if statement, and we're going to say if empty $_post is equal to true, and empty errors is equal to true. Register user, else output errors. So if the form's been submitted, remember this is exactly the same as we did up here. Up here. And the errors array is empty. That means we've got no errors, therefore register the user. Otherwise, we've got to go ahead and output these errors. So how do we output the errors? Well, we use our output errors function that we created. Remember, inside of core functions general, we have this output errors that takes an array, implodes it, and puts it within an unordered list. So we want to go ahead and echo output errors, and then we want to pass through our errors. So let's go ahead and land on this page. Nothing's happened. Obviously we don't have any errors. Let's just go ahead and inspect around here. We've got register in our form, so we've got no output of any unordered lists or anything like that. Let's go ahead and click register. Fields marked with an asterisk are required, and we now have this unordered list with this list item. Let's go ahead and literally just type, absolute rubbish into the form and see what output we get back. Register, we've got 3 errors. Your password must be at least 6 characters, your passwords do not match, and a valid email address is required. Again, if I type in password longer than 6 characters, a first name, a last name, and an email address, or let's just say a valid email address, that's in use. This is now in use. Register, the username Alex is already taken, passwords do not match, email address Alex at PHP Academy is already in use. So all these errors are generated and output, one after another to let the user know, these are the things that are wrong, go ahead and correct it. Obviously we're just safeguarding against people that are filling out forms with gobbledygook. We're not going to trust the users to enter the right input. And there might be more you want to add these checks to make everything a bit more robust. So that's up to you now to go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have completed the form, we've completed the validation, we've output any errors. The only thing we've got left to do now is actually go ahead and register the user. And that's not too hard. It's certainly a lot quicker than what we've done here, and a lot less hassle than what we've done here. So following on from this part of the tutorial, we are in the next part going to look at actually creating the function to register the user. And that's it.